BoostedWhipz here. I'm also going to be installing the PRL intercooler. Look at this piece. Very big tank here. And we're also here at Asian Motors getting this work done as well. So without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Right, front bumper is off. This is the stock intercooler. This Honda sensing has to come off. So there's the Honda sensing is removed. Just to look at this thing. So here's the stock one out. It's very small compared to the PRL one. Definitely a nice upgrade. Alright, so here's the PRL mounted. Still not completely fully bolted back on. Really appreciate Asian Motors letting me film in the shop. But the size of this thing compared to the stock one, it's just overpowering. This should bring down the temps a very good to 10 to maybe even 30 degrees. We'll go ahead and check the temp with the K tuner and see how it compares with ambient temp. It was usually about 10 to 20 degrees higher off of ambient temp on the exterior. So this should bring it down. Really hope so. We'll see the results once it's done and finalized. Alright, Honda sensing is back on. Just a few more things to get complete here, and then we'll go ahead and put the bumper back on and finalize this once and for all. Really nice, guys. I'm really liking this PRL intercooler. Definitely a nice upgrade. Alright guys, intercooler is fully installed. Looking real nice. Gonna go ahead and be taking some internal cabin temperature readings so you guys can see on how it rides and performs. Without further ado, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Alright guys, just off the bat on idle, right now it's here 82 degrees, and you can see that my AIT temperatures are in the 89s, and you have the 95 degrees. This is just sitting on idle, so this is pretty good off the start. Prior to having the intercooler installed, I was about 10 degrees much higher. So 82, 89 before. I would have been on idle about 99 here, and probably 105 to 103 temperature just sitting on idle. And so the intercooler of PRL does a very great job. I want to say, after doing a few runs, I say it does much better obviously when you're actually running the car. Sitting on idle, I think it still needs some type of improvement, but either way, where you're gonna use most of your powers when you're riding. So I think it does a really great job. I'm gonna do a few skit shots of me driving, and you guys can see how the temperature starts to come down as I drive. So without further ado, let's go ahead and keep going. Alright guys, so we're heading up on the expressway here on the turnpike, and as you can see, the temperatures are already starting to drop, especially this one, the AIT, which was at 94 I believe. Now it's down to 87, 82 degrees outside, and yeah, so it does a pretty great job. So guys, this is where I'm talking about. I'm stuck in traffic, and if you notice, the temperatures have risen pretty drastic, if you want to put it that way. Still 83 degrees based on the car, on the outside temperature, and the AITs have increased. On the main one, 118 degrees Fahrenheit, and on the AIT2, 104 Fahrenheit. So this has been driving and stuck in traffic. So the temperatures are more or less what you get with stock. Now, keep in mind, guys, that I'm on a stage 2 tune. So this is the reason why the temperatures get so hot. If you're not on a tune car or full bolt-on or performance, your intercooler, I believe, is much, not much, should I say, it's good enough, the one that comes with the car. Once you start, you know, tuning the car and putting in some bolt-ons, your car's gonna run much harder. You gotta bring those temperatures down so that your car can perform top-notch. So I installed the PRL intake. I believe that does a really great job with the temperatures, not as much as the intercooler, but these are normal temperatures you guys should be able to see on the stock intercooler or an upgrade intercooler. Of course, if you go with an even bigger intercooler and custom piping, you will have, you know, a way much greater improvement. I have a guy that has that done, and the car runs like a beast. So right now, like you guys saw, I'm stuck in traffic and the temperatures are high. That's what I meant, that the PRL intake, when you're stuck, you start, you know, getting high temperatures still if you're on idle. But if you start, you know, driving the car and obviously accelerating, or if you're racing, when the temperatures drastically come down and your engine's running cool, which is what you want anyways. And in comparison with stock intercooler, I was getting, again, you know, anywhere from between 10 degrees higher than what you're seeing here, up to even 20 or even 30 when it's stuck in traffic. So the intercooler on the PRL, if I had to say, like I said in the beginning of the video, once installed, I was hoping to get an improvement from current readings, at least 10 to 20 degrees, and you guys can see that here. I don't have the actual data to show you guys. I didn't log, or I didn't, you know, film prior to the install, and that's my mistake. I hope you guys can trust my word on it. But you guys did see that the intercooler is much bigger, much greater, and it is doing its job. I would have loved to see, you know, 10 to 20 degrees below ambient temperature, which would be, you know, phenomenal. But I don't know how would that affect the vehicle, you know, on cold winter days. So I think this is a great balance between PRL. I think it does the job for what it is. Obviously, if you want more power, or you're putting more power into the vehicle, then you're gonna need a better intercooler. But this does for a full bolt-on. Again, guys, I have the 1.5 CVT. The car is holding really well, performing really great. I finally got a GoPro, so hopefully I can, you know, get some, you know, races going on and show you guys some film and how the car performs. People underestimated the 1.5 CVT, but it does a great job. It does a really great job. Obviously, the CVT does have its limits on the transmission, so reason I don't, you know, post a lot of videos of me racing or anything like that, because I do take care of the car. I'm not putting, you know, pedal to the metal, full wide open throttle all the time, just because I want to make sure that my transmission lasts with all these full bolt-ons. The reason, you know, being is for that. There's a lot of people that go and do all these type of mods, and they go and they tear up the vehicle really bad. They go and race every single minute, every second that they have, and, you know, and you start having issues. This is common across the board on any car that you get. Eventually, you know, everything starts to wear out. So but anyways, guys, this is how it looks stuck in traffic. I'm gonna take one last shot, hopefully when I have a nice, you know, open driveway, I mean a good street, sorry, and we'll give it a full, you know, wide open throttle so you guys can see how the temperatures come right back down, and then we'll wrap up this video. I'm gonna go ahead and step on the pedal to the metal to get this going. 105 degrees, 102 on the AIT2, 85 degrees outside. So let's go ahead and let's get this going. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Until next time, BoostedWhipz, I'm out. A special thanks to Soul Beats for creating my new intro and outro. Make sure you guys check it out. Wait until the end so you guys can see the outro. And hope you guys enjoyed the new intro and outro. Until next time, thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe as always. And we're out. Have a very blessed day.